you're not stuck, you're programmed. Most people, they work hard, they stay positive, they still feel left behind. This is not a motivation problem, it's a programming problem. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these laws that control the game. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he's pretty successful, and he thought that most people are failing financially because they are lazy. And I pushed back on him at that. And I said that people, they're not lazy, they're programmed. And they're programmed to operate in a system that trained them basically to be a worker bee. And today, what's happening? Inflation out of control. Your dollar is buying less and less and less. So you might be making more money, but you're still able to do less things with it. So in order to combat that, you have to move to what the 20% of the people are doing, which is basically being part of the asset class. So you have to own things that make money, be it investments, be it real estate, be it a business or something. So I push back on him because it's not about being lazy. It's about just being misinformed and being duped into working and living and stuck in this thing that I call the matrix. And what is the matrix? It's basically a set of systems and values that we've conformed to that keep people trapped. That's what my idea of all of this is. So I'm going to break down what this matrix is I'm mentioning it. It's not a place, it's a mental system. People are trapped not because they lack the effort, but because they don't understand the laws that are governing reality. So I'll be walking through these 7 hermetic principles that are quietly shaping our outcomes every day. And once you begin to understand the system, you can fully stop reacting and start creating. I was speaking to another friend, and he said to me, hey, if you could just show me the rules to the game, then I'll know how to be able to play the game. A lot of people, they compare this matrix idea to basically a video game, like you're living in some kind of a construct and there are rules to it. So if you're playing a game and you don't know the rules, how can you win? So there's a lot of games and rules that are going on all at the same time within this thing. But these 7 hermetic principles, these are the rules to the universal game. This is how the universe works. These are the laws to the game. So I find this quite fascinating because awareness is the key. Once you begin to see this and understand this, it makes a lot more perfect sense to you. The matrix, as I mentioned, it's not physical. It's made of all these beliefs that we have about money, about age, about success, about limitations. Our society has conditioned people to conform, not even to question. We just do what the system tells us to do. Most of us were raised to go to school, get a job and work, pay your bills, rinse and repeat, do the same thing, week in, week out, day in, day out, year in, year out. If you're lucky, you get sucked in and you get to take a vacation every year, every couple years, but that's what they give us. That's what they let us do. And on Sunday, how do we ease all of our pain? What do? We watch the game on Sunday. You don't watch the game? So that's what we do. We get sucked into this whole thing. Rinse and repeat and just do the same things over and over unconsciously. These 7 hermetic principles, I've been talking about them. They reveal what the game is. If I'm making sense to you, like, share, and subscribe this. The first principle, mentalism, it explains that everything begins in the mind. Our thoughts, it shapes our experiences. So we have to master our minds. From a biblical perspective, it says to guard your heart with all due diligence because out of it flows the issues of life. So that's the Bible talking about the same exact thing. There's polarity, the law of polarity, which is opposites, the law of opposites. There's no light and dark. It's all the same thing. There's no up and down. It's all part of the same spectrum. So there's fear on one end and there's faith on the other end. So you can choose. So it begins to turn into life being choice driven. It's all about our choices that we can make. That's what we can control. Anyway, that's just a little touch on these Hermetic principles. There's cause and effect. You heard people say that things happen for a reason. I've heard this all my life. Everything happens for a reason. The reason is because of this cause and effect. We cause things to happen, whether consciously or unconsciously. So as we begin to step into our minds and study our minds, we could begin to have better effects because we could make better causes. It's if you exercise, you're affecting. That exercise is the cause, and then the effect is better health. So we can choose. So that's what that is all about. But there's a lot more to it. Stick with me. Like, share, subscribe. I'll be sharing more and more of this as we go along. So in closing, just one love, peace, and control your destiny.